to the demo of WisePal AI proctoring. In this video, we'll look at how the teachers and the admins can create the questionnaires. So when you log in from a teacher or an admin, go to the questionnaire module. You will see two options: add questionnaire manually and add through a PDF. We'll look at both the options. You'll see all the tests created with their validity, total marks, and all the submissions in the same screen itself. So let's look at the first one where we have to create the questions manually. You simply click on add questionnaires. You can select all the classes for this for which this test is applicable. From the type, you have to select quiz. You have to give it the title, so you can say anything, right? With a valid start and end time, right? Typically it will give you an end and a start time here, but I suggest you choose it manually. Suppose the exam has to start on Monday 6th, you select the start time. You can also scribble the time, right, at what time this needs to start and at what time this needs to end, right? So all this can be defined so that this test will only be available during this window to the students. Once that is done, you'll see few options. Select show one by one questions. That means questions will come to students one by one. Allow them to jump. Enable is proctoring, because if you don't enable this, the AI proctoring will not start. And enable screen lock. So whenever the student gets out of the full screen or they try to Google anything, their test will get locked. For that, they'll need a code which only you can provide. So if you want them to come to you for a code, always enable the screen lock. Now when you come here, you see the questions and you see a section, right? Typically every exam has only one section, but if you want to segregate exam into multiple sections, you have the option to hit create and create different sections. So any question created in one section only will remain in that section. Once the student is done with one section, he'll be able to move to the other section. So here, for example, I can type any question, right? This is section 1, question 1. You can give any text you want to. Number of marks. The topic could be, say, Varnamala, counting, right? And then you have different question type, right? Typically you will always do single choice, which is MCQ question with only one correct answer. But you can have text based question, multiple correct answers, upload document type questions, and canvas where students can directly scribble on the screen. So we'll select single choice. Once it comes, you select the right answer. It will give you 4 options, but if you want to add more options, you can always click on add answer and it will add more options. You can give your own text here, so you can probably say my answer A, and so on and so forth, right? So the options can be customized here. Once you are done with a section, you move to another section if you want, and you can create this is a question from section 2. Again, marks, topic, reading comprehension, whatever. And you want them to write something, then you can select a text type question. So once you are done both the sections, it gives you it creates the test if you have to hit submit, and the question gets created. That's how simple it is. Now in case you want to upload from a PDF, you click on the add question from PDF option. It will give you an option to choose a file. So you go to the file you want where your questions are. So in this case, we have already created one file. You go and select that and you hit create. Now the advantage here is, again, you have to select the classes you want this test to go to. From the type, always select the quiz. Give it a title, say maths new, subject as maths, and start and end time, as I said, right, 6 September to, whatever date we want it to be. Click show by one question is proctoring, jump questions, and enable screen lock. And once that is done, you see, for the PDF, it has created the question from the PDF pages. You don't have to manually write the question here, it is already there. You just have to give the total marks, topic, for example, algebra. This is actually probability, and cards, topic and subtopic, so that later when you do the analysis, this will come handy. And click option as a single choice. It will give 4 options, and you can select one as the correct answer. Now, this is when you have one question per page, right? What if you have multiple questions in a page, right? So in that case, hit on the create multiple question option. Right, it will give you the whole PDF page to crop. Simply, suppose for this part I want to create one question, select this using the cursor and hit select question. For the other part, simply drag and down and say, this is the second question which I want to crop out. Again, hit create question. Sorry, select question. 2 questions are already created. Now hit create question, and instead of one question per page, it will now create 2 questions. So as you can see, this one question for this part got created, and one question for this part got created. Again, you can give marks, topic, subtopic, and select different type of questions. So suppose for this one I select multiple choice question. In that case, I can give multiple correct answers which the student need to give. Similarly, for the other one, I can give text as an input. So there the students can type on the screen directly using their keyboard for the answer. This could be a long or a short answer. And finally, a canvas type questions where student can actually annotate on the screen directly, right, as we showed on the student video. So once you are done with all this, you have given the names and everything. It will if we give marks to every question, you see the total number of marks changing. And once we are done, let me demo and some start and an end date, which I thought we should give at the beginning. Select all the options, 1, 2, 3, so that we can quickly select, and you hit submit. Now once it is created, you can see the test is already created, and students can go ahead and attempt this test, right? Once any student is logged out, right, and they need a code, you simply come here and click on show unlock code. It will give you a unique code which changes every minute, which a student can use to log in, and it kind of auto expires, so you need not worry that the students will be able to share it within themselves and use it. So that's pretty much it. 2 ways of creating question, one by one manually as we showed, and the second through the PDF.